Hi, everyone. Jerikandra was so excited to be here tonight and do this, but y'all got the incentive from Marley, so I'm here to do the run for you tonight. I'm Marley. Nice to meet you. I'm excited to run Chrono Trigger for the first time on PC with RNG manipulation. And I will let my awesome couch introduce themselves too.
Hi, I am Onemus. I mainly run JRPGs from the SNES era. For this run, I have done a lot of research into how the RNG works and built some tools to help find the seeds that we'll use for the manipulations you'll see tonight.
Hi, I'm Kara. This is my favorite video game. Those are my credentials.
Those are good credentials, though. Hello, my name is Iceblue. You've seen me here Monday. I run this game on the Super Nintendo. So I'm here to give y'all kind of like how some of these boss strats are going to work and just kind of have fun.
Vibe with it. All right. Well, to get started, we need Chrono's name. Who won?
All right. Looks like the epoch is currently setting down to get that name decided on. I think it took a wrong turn it out.
For a second, I was like, we don't see the epoch in this run. I panicked.
I was worried too for a second.
The epoch is panicking. All right. It's still searching for the right bucket.
While buckets are doing what buckets do, I will just say, I'm very, very excited about this run. I imagine lots of people are. I'm trying to be like cool and collected on the couch, but I wasn't kidding. This is my favorite game, and I'm very excited.
Kara and cool and collected do not really go together. So.
Are there other Chrono Trigger lovers out there? I can't be the only one.
Yeah, let's get some claps for Chrono.
Yeah, let's make some noise if you're totally normal about this game like me.
All right, well, I am ready to be totally normal about Chrono's name because it is Bort.
Bort, okay.
Bort, capital B,
Bort.
lowercase O-R-T.
Were they all out of license plates?
All right, so I do have to point out that because of the RNG manipulation, we have certain amount of characters for each character. And so Bort is 4 characters, Chrono is 5. And so I'm going to add another T at the end to make it work.
It's going to be Borted.
The extra T is for time or something.
The extra T is for thank you for donating so much money to PCF.
Exactly.
To name him Bort.
Yes.
We rehearsed this.
Bort raised over $3,000 for PCF.
Oh my God.
Oh my Lord.
All right, so without any further ado, time will start when I confirm Bort's name. So let's count it down, everyone, with a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
All right, so I'm going to start off by giving some background on how this RNG manip works. This is the first time that an RNG manip run has been available for PC. So this is a very new run. So what happens is when you launch the game, the RNG is seeded based on the start time or your system time as you launch the game. And once that is seeded, all of the RNG values for the rest of the time the game is running are set. It's a set order, so we will know what is happening when. And luckily, the algorithm used for the RNG is one that is well known. It's easy to simulate, and we can find good seeds by doing that, and we'll know what's going to happen until we need to reset. And I think we're going to need a Luca name in just a second.
We need Luca's name.
All right, getting ready for that Luca name right now.
I have a suspicion.
You might be right. Or you might not.
That's true of everything, I think.
All right. In the meantime, I will
This
give...
music is so good.
Right? In the meantime, I wanted to give quick love for a $200 donation from Lego Man saying hello from right behind you. Chrono Trigger is my favorite game of all time. Fun fact, the primary composer is Yasunori Mitsuda. It was the first game he did music on. Later, he would go on to do music for Xenogears and Mario Party. Good luck, Jerika. Let's go, Chrono.
Thanks.
I always forget this was his first game. I can't fit that fact in my head. It's too good.
It looks like we have officially found Luca's name, and it is going to be Bulma.
Bulma. As many of you likely know, the character designs in this game are by Akira Toriyama, legendary anime and manga illustrator, most famous for Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Non-Z, and Dragon Ball all those letters.
And we're gonna need Marley's name real quick, so get ready. And by Marley, I mean me, of course.
Well, then shouldn't it just be Marley?
This is getting very existential very quickly.
Yeah, so we'll need Marley's name right here.
All right. With that, the name is, well, your name is Yoshi.
Yum.
That's my one Yoshi noise for the run. I just had to get it out of the system.
M-A-R-L-E. Great, okay, 5 characters, making sure.
So for the manips, you'll see we actually use a modified version of a tool that Seraph made for Final Fantasy IV 3D on PC, which kind of works the same way of setting the seed when you launch the game. So all it really does is it sets your system time, then it starts the game, and then you set your system time back. It's all stuff you could do like manually on like a command line, but the community's just agreed that for consistency, we're fine using a tool in this case. And then there's about 4 billion possible starting RNG seeds that you can get, which sounds like a lot, but when you're trying to get very specific values in very specific spots, that narrows down very quickly. This first run, the first set of manips goes from the start of the game to Dragon Tank, which is about 25 minutes. And out of the 4 billion seeds, there were only 2 that matched what we were looking for, and even one of those, it had a low damage roll, so it didn't actually work out. So the only way you could ever see this RNG if you were doing this as a casual run would be to start exactly at the right time on June 29th, 2016. So good luck if you're going to try that.
I can't believe that's real. That's like real life Doctor Strange Infinity War. We scanned 4 billion seeds. How many of them were? 2. But, well, okay.
1.
1. Let's say 1.
All right, so while you were talking about that, I fell into a portal.
Yeah, I know this is a game that, like, many of us do know, but I promise you many of people watching don't. So I will occasionally be butting in with lore updates. You're Chrono. You're a young boy who lives in this town. There's a Millennium Fair to celebrate it being the year 1000 AD. You bump into a girl. She's pretty cute. Your friend, Yoshi, is debuting this experiment. It's a teleporter, but whoops, it reacted weirdly with that pendant. Bulma. Oh, man.
Yoshi fell into the portal.
Can we start over? Oh,
Reset
man.
run.
Oh no, the pendant reacted with the machine and opened up a portal, and now Bortita very bravely is going after her.
Also,
And-
Bulma's father just showing you, just relentlessly beating the machine with a hammer just makes it work. So if your technology is just not working, just slam it with a hammer.
Also, this will come up later, but everything that Jerikandra just did in that opening sequence in the fair will matter, and technically already does matter. But we'll talk about that more later. And now we get to learn a little bit about how combat works in this game. Do you want to talk about how we manipulate for certain things like crits and damage?
Yeah, so this first fight, we don't really manipulate anything. There's only, in the first 25 minutes, this first manip is for 5 different fights. Once you get past that, there's not a good way to get more manips on the same seed just because of that. There's so few options, like we can't really expand beyond that without doing some extra tricks, which we can talk about later. But
Just to kind of butt in, so what we just did there on that bridge and why Yoshi was kind of moving forward, inching forward a little bit, there's an encounter trigger right at the end of that.
Borted.
Well, Yoshi's playing.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
no. Okay, all right.
There's an
I'm so-
encounter trigger right at the edge of that bridge, and you can kind of inch close to it. And if you run up right before that encounter trigger, Chrono will actually step 2 pixels over it and will avoid that encounter entirely. If you walk up, it actually just hits the encounter instead.
And we talked about this in practice. Am I right that that works differently in the PC version than the Super Nintendo version?
No, it's the same.
Okay, but something is different later, right? I didn't make that up.
It's the same, but Chrono has a much smaller hitbox, so in
Okay.
PC, so it's actually a much freer skip on PC.
That's what I was thinking of.
It's like literally like a frame pixel buffering you have to do on SNES.
Yeah, my poor console's reset button gets slapped a lot in the beginning of this run.
So as alluded to, the way that encounters work in this game, they're not random, they're environmentally triggered. A lot of them are skippable, some of them are not. Jerika's gonna be skipping a ton of them because it's a speedrun. But it does mean that movement is incredibly important for the experience routing and all environment navigation. I stopped
I
noticing that
disappeared.
sentence. Yes, oh my gosh, it's our friend
Yoshi.
Oh man. And she vanished, and I think we don't know why yet. They think she's the queen, and we seem to have traveled 400 years back in time. And here's Bulma, who's gonna help us.
Yeah, it's Bulma.
I really envisioned me being more helpful during this section.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Thank you. It's a really good game.
So yeah, we get like a little Back to the Future grandmother's paradox explanation here. It's actually pretty well done, especially for 1995, I think.
It also establishes that canonically, Yoshi, the first woman to ever wear pants. Feminist icon. Yeah, so, yeah, give it up for pants. So yes, this is where we learn the reason that they think that Yoshi is the queen is because Yoshi is in fact the princess in our time period, the direct descendant of Queen Lean, who is missing. But because now that Yoshi has gone back in time, they're like, oh, we found the queen, so they stop looking for the real queen, which means that the real queen dies, which means that Yoshi's never born.
And so once we get to the forest, we're actually going to see the first fight that we are specifically trying to manipulate. These 2 rollies are going to pop out. If you crit these guys, they die in 1 hit. Otherwise, they take 2 hits. So we just set it up so we get 2 crits. And we can just auto battle and get it done real quick.
That's amazing.
And then this next fight, we don't manip because these 3 are bunched together and we're just going to cyclone them anyway. So we don't really need to do anything special.
Yeah, a really cool thing about Chrono Trigger battles is that, this is very much in the era where Final Fantasy was king as far as JRPGs were concerned, at least in America. And so it was very common to have, either real-time action like a Zelda 2 or something, or, heroes over here, enemies over here. And in this, placement matters so much. And that's one of the things that the RNG manip allows for, is things like Chrono's Cyclone to take out, in this fight, for example, 3 enemies rather than maybe you would just get
So
2
let
without
me jump in
it.
here. We're manipulating this fight as well. We want these Nagas to group up so we can fire whirl them all. If you don't do that, they will get off slows, which is a very slow attack. And we still see a couple of them, but it's a lot worse if you've got 4 of them doing it for like 30 seconds. Yeah.
Slow putting slow.
Yeah.
On. Wow.
We are gonna need a name for Frog very quickly here.
It's my boyfriend.
I thought Robo was your boyfriend.
I can have 2 boyfriends.
I'm ready for a frog name whenever you want it.
It's coming up just in a second.
All right.
He's so cool.
All right, lay it on me.
All right. The winning name for frog is Goku.
You did it, Goku.
And as a reminder, gamers, the next name that we're going to be closing, I believe, is going to be Robo. So now's your
Yes.
chance to snipe that name.
We play a piano to open a door.
I believe
That's
it's
what
an
it does.
organ, actually.
Oh, man. I'm blowing it. It's an organ, you're right.
No, organ is a,
No, now it seems like I was pandering to get validation.
no,
I'm not saying I wasn't, but
organ is a state.
True, also true.
I don't know what to do with that.
All right, we're just grabbing some like swords. We're grabbing a sword upgrade. We're grabbing a strength capsule. We're grabbing some stuff. We're gonna take some fights. We're eventually gonna try to get Goku and Bort their X-Strike ability together. So we are gonna take at least one extra fight.
So the way that abilities and later on magic work in this game is each character learns individual skills, but then if depending on certain skill prerequisites, characters can combine for double or later even triple techs, as long as those two characters, I believe, level up together at least once after passing those prerequisites.
Once they learn the single tech, and then you do a battle, and like as they're both
they
in
just
the
have to
battle,
do any battle.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as they both have the single tech in there and they do a battle, they'll learn the dual tech. We're gonna take this fight twice because we need the XP and the TP for it to like basically learn X Strike coming up here. Frog needs slurp cut, and that's gonna give us the prerequisite for learning X Strike here.
We could probably hear a donation or two while we're doing this.
Absolutely. So I've been chuckling over here with Bort, and Rhea had donated $25 and found my weakness by saying, but the extra T in Bort stands for to donate. I just want to give everybody a heads up that we have 2 new bid wars that have opened up. We have a speedometer scale for Sword of the Sea, and that is the quintessential kilometers versus miles. So shout out to the kilometers friends and the miles friends. Also, Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. We have a category choice bid war between Julius and Soma. So if you'd like to choose either speedometers or categories, ! Donate or gdq.gg/donate. Put those donations towards that incentive, and every single donation benefits the Cancer Foundation and gets us closer to that 1.4 million milestone and the new Game Plus incentive for Chrono Trigger. So let's get that met, gamers.
Yeah, the New Game Plus run is definitely something you want to see. It's always fun to see. I think it's always fun to see at speedrun events these like really long, kind of spacious RPG runs, and then to also have the treat to see how you can do it in 3 minutes or whatever. It's going to be a treat, and I know that we can hit that 1.4 million.
So we're coming up on the Yakra fight. So if you're not manipping this, you have to worry about keeping Bort and Goku healed up, and you're hoping that what's Luca's name again? Bulma. You're hoping that Yakra targets her and kills her because that removes some of the counterattacks. With the manip, the Yakra is going to target mainly her at the beginning, take her out pretty quick, and the rest of the attacks are kind of spread between Goku and Bort, and we can just X Strike until it's dead.
By the way, this boss has 968 HP.
You always get, it's 986.
Where are you even getting these numbers?
It's my favorite game. I think I know how many hit points he has.
Okay.
Boss counterattacks are a big thing in this game. Some of them are triggered by certain spatial relationships between the boss and your character. Some of them are triggered by certain elemental attacks. And so, yeah, whether you're speedrunning or just playing casually, a huge part of it is managing the boss's moveset as well as your own.
Should also talk a little bit about auto battle too. That's a new PC feature for this remaster versus the SNES. Didn't have that.
It's both your favorite thing and your weakness in this game. Because if you leave auto battle running, it's just going to do the last action. It does like regular physical attacks. Yeah. Which, if you're trying to do the RNG manip, not something you want to have happen all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And also it speeds up all animations when it's on by 50%. So speedrunners like that. And then, so we tend to use it even if we have a menu open. So you duck into a menu, turn auto battle on while their animation happens, and then you can actually pop back out and turn it off. So there's a lot of like playing with it off and on.
Lore update. The Chancellor was the one who kidnapped the Queen, except no, he wasn't. That was the monster disguised as the Chancellor. And then once we defeat the monster, we let the Chancellor out, except we don't because it's slower. So the Chancellor lets himself out, which I didn't know was a thing that could happen in this game. So we've rescued the Queen, so now our friend Yoshi is back. And Frog has wandered off to brood.
Who's
no,
Frog?
no, stop. I can do it. Goku. Goku wanders off to brood.
And I've got a little bit of a lore update really quickly. We are $600 away from unlocking the first bonus star in the 70-star relay tomorrow.
All right, let's go.
I'm so excited for that relay. So now we are going back to the present, where we will never encounter a mean Chancellor ever again.
Not tonight.
Oh, also apparently he's brooding on the stairs.
Yeah, we actually
forgot about that.
We avoid Frog at all because there's a huge, like, several second cutscene if you run into him there. Sorry, Frog. Goku.
He's a big yapper.
He also, if I recall correctly, so in the English translation, he talks in sort of Elizabethan speech, and I can't remember the exact details, but in the original Japanese, there's a similar type of like extremely formal and slightly archaic tone, which I think is so cool that they preserve that across translations.
I didn't know that.
I think while we head back to
Yes.
1000 AD, we have some time for a few donations.
Yeah.
Absolutely. $50 to PCF from Lil Broccoli's MGS. Good luck on the run, girl. Knock it out of the park.
Thanks, Broccoli.
We also have $10 from Taxodium. Good luck with the run, Jerikandra. Let's go.
Thank you.
We also have $50 from Jeff S. Glad to see Chrono Trigger back at GDQ, donating towards even more Chrono Trigger at GDQ. Again, we have to hit $1.4 million by the end of this run. And gamers, Jerikandra is really good at this game and really fast. You might think you have time, you don't. We need to get this milestone met as soon as possible. So keep those donations coming in.
Absolutely. I know I was just talking about how nice it is to have like a long, luxurious RPG run, but you're going to get sucked into this game and all of the cool tricks and tech and manipulation and music and everything, and it's going to be over before you know it. So if you're thinking of donating, absolutely jump on that right now.
Yeah, now we're going back and we get our hero's welcome for saving the princess.
They
right?
love us for it.
Heroes welcome, shout outs to jail.
Big jail fan?
In that pause, I ran through so many options of what that word could be, and none of my guesses were good. But shout out for jail. Yeah, sure. We are, in fact, going to jail, which is our next big sort of like set piece segment leading up to our next major boss.
But before jail, there's a trial, and we want to know
all right.
you think, chat, like for donating. Send in your donations for whether you think the second juror will say guilty or not guilty. We're about to find out, but see if you can get something in.
This screen is so beautiful. That's all I just had to say.
I really love the guy in the corner just punching the air. Like,
yeah, 16-bit and 8-bit crowds are so good. I love the punch-out crowd, which is just sort of dots going, and it totally works.
it almost looks like the person, like he's punching the person like in front of him almost.
Maybe he is.
Maybe he should be on trial.
They're lathered up into a lather, whipped up into a lather. So this is why it mattered what happened in the fair. We are on trial for allegedly kidnapping Princess Yoshi. And it turns out that that was pretty quick that time. It turns out that all the little things that we did in the fair, the game is keeping track of all of that, and all of those are used for evidence, either for or against you. So a bunch of character witnesses are brought in. So, if you weren't looking for it, you probably wouldn't have even noticed that when Bortita and Yoshi bump into each other, okay, if we're also calling Jerika Yoshi, this gets really complicated.
Well, I don't think we're punching air anymore. I think we just punched My Pet Cactus's run in the 70-star relay. That first bonus star has been met.
All right.
But yeah, just a very small thing that before going to pick up the pendant, Jericho was sure to talk to Yoshi first. Like something as small as that affects not just, this scene in a casual playthrough, but also in the speedrun.
Yeah, now that, the jury says we're mostly not guilty, so that means we get off scot-free, right?
Yeah, we win, right?
It's a very short run. No, it turns out that justice is a scam. There is no joy in Mudville. We are going to prison anyway. There's nothing you can do to avoid going to prison. Even if you are 100% not guilty, the chancellor will show up and give the warden a phony execution order for you.
It just seems like all the chancellors are just terrible.
It is interesting that across history, when monsters are like, we need to infiltrate Royal Society, it's always the Chancellor. Like if they go for the Monarch, that's like too big of a goal, but they still need influence.
Yeah.
It's the middle managers you got to watch out for, is my point.
So we do need to be careful here when we go into like the actual prison cell, because if you get the not guilty vote, you do get a bag of supplies on your bed. We have to kind of be careful not to grab that bag of supplies because that will affect the RNG.
We found that out the other day.
Yeah.
How about I grab a wonderful donation for you right now?
That's great. That doesn't affect the RNG at all. Just affects our hearts.
All right, we have $10,000 from the Yeti.
Yeah.
Woo! Hey all, Yeti here. We're deep in AGDQ 2026 now, and I really want to take a moment to shout out our Yeti staff, both on-site and back at the warehouse. They've been working nonstop all week to make sure everything runs smoothly. If you're able, check out our official AGDQ merch, either at the table on-site or our website at theyeti.com/AGDQ. Every order directly supports Prevent Cancer Foundation. And with that, we are just over $55,000 away from getting that New Game Plus incentive. Let's get this met. GDQJack.gg/donate and let's see some New Game Plus. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yeti. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we're coming up on Dragon Tank, which is the last fight that we manip in this first set of manips. There will be more manips later that you'll see. So when I told you at the beginning that there were 4 billion possibilities and only one of them worked, that wasn't exactly true. There were actually
lied to us?
I did.
Speedrunners
I blatantly
love
lied.
to lie.
I loved it. It was great. So there were actually no seeds that worked with the Dragon Tank, but we did find that there are ways to manipulate the RNG outside of battle. So each time that you heal with a tech, that actually moves the RNG forward 1. And each time you do a room transition, that moves it forward 33. We don't know exactly why 33. My theory is the devs were making a nod to Expedition 33.
It is a game about time travel.
Yeah.
That's a
Time
joke I
travel.
stole from one of you in practice. I don't remember. It's not my joke. I immediately felt so much guilt.
So what you're going to see is after this little cutscene, she's going to go out onto the bridge that has Dragon Tank on it. And then she's going to come back into this room, go back out, and that moves the RNG forward enough that we get a better Dragon Tank battle. It's still not a perfect battle. So there are times in battles where we find a good RNG, and then we keep getting better at the fight, and you go faster, and then you accidentally mess up the RNG. So sometimes if we go too fast, Luca can die, and we have to heal. We haven't exactly figured out which attack is the culprit yet, but that's something we're going to be looking into as we move forward with this category.
Yeah, it's so cool that all this is like actively being discovered. Am I right that there's been some RNG manipulation known about the console version for a while? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, console.
But for
has
PC,
been-
this is brand new.
Yeah, console's been RNG manipped fully for years and years. This, I think we discovered that it can happen like 6 months ago, and even then it was just, it was very much trial and error. And instead of like being able to hunt down specific RNG values, it was pick one of the 4 billion possibilities, see if it works, and then if it doesn't, try another 4 billion. But it's just in the last few months, it's come a long way in our understanding of exactly how the RNG works, and we're actually able to string together these multiple fights instead of just shooting in the dark and trying to find something that works.
I think it's so cool that, I know that for myself and a lot of people who don't actually run that many games or maybe have never speedrun a game, it can be kind of intimidating when there's like a classic game that has a lot of runs. I mean, this game's 30 years old, right? Like, what possible new thing could there be in a Chrono Trigger run? But there's always innovation happening. Speedrunners are always making up new categories or finding new things to test out. I love that so much. Even in a game this well known, there's still discovery to be had.
Yeah, and like I said, with the ways we can manipulate the RNG outside of battle, that gives us the opportunity, once we have done some more research, to string even longer sets of battles together, and even potentially someday we could have one manip at the beginning of the game that carries you all the way through the end. The biggest obstacle to that is just finding all of the RNG values for each battle that work, and then stringing them together.
In the midst of all that discussion, Yoshi over here did a little trick there. We call it guard skip. If you inch down a little bit, run to the right or to the left, there's actually like a trigger there for like a few text boxes for the guards, and you can actually just kind of run past it and just ignore them. Saves about 5 or 10 seconds or so.
Also, in the midst of that, I was almost messing up the Dragon Tank fight. Because of auto battle. I think we talked about that. Is that
The prophecy was true.
So yeah, if you leave auto battle on, and what happened there was the Bulma attacked instead of did the fire whirl, which is what we really wanted. And so then I had to like emergency heal, emergency res, and we got through the fight. But yeah, not as slick, not as fast, but we made it.
So now, even though we've broken out and Princess Nadia, aka our friend Yoshi, has said that she wants to go on an adventure, but the Chancellor refuses to let us go, and guards chase us down. And our only escape is through one of these time gates, which there are a number of time gates as a result of that first portal that opened. A bunch of time gates have opened up, and at this point in the game, we don't know where they go.
Let's go on an adventure.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the worst that could happen?
Nothing, actually. Everything's fine. I love the Chancellor's face in that cutscene.
We all love fantasy games, right? We love the fantasy genre. Oh my God, it's a cold, unfeeling future. The year 2300.
Yes.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
Oh my God. This is my favorite game. I've played it so many times. That's not a lie. Here we are in the future. Do you want to talk about why this room is terrible?
Yeah, so there's a lot of like rats that steal your potions here, but we're actually going to be using these rats to our advantage here. There is a few encounter triggers with those like, I guess, plant tentacle monsters. And
God,
they are like,
plants.
it's like a straight line down the whole like area. But by using that text box of the rat stealing a potion from us, it allows us to walk through that trigger, and the battle just doesn't start. And we use that for both of those. Like, why Yoshi was here just like actually just getting robbed in broad daylight.
But it's
Yeah.
amazing how much easier it makes it to get through that room, which casually can be a nightmare.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the stacking of the text boxes. Something about having 2 text boxes stacked. So there was a timing there where we're picking a chest, and then we're letting the rat steal from us. And if you don't get that timing right, the rat runs away, and then your text box goes away, and then you're sad. So.
But that was great. It's possible that you might be out there thinking, well, it sounds like there's so much work being done by this RNG manipulation, which is true, but like we should not overlook the fact that like Jerika is still dealing with so many inputs and choices and movements that we are not even really noticing to keep everything on track.
All right, so we have a boss fight here. This is Guardian. This is a very unique kind of fight. If you attack the main portion of Guardian here before destroying the 2 pods, Guardian will counterattack with it's a pretty deadly attack. It does a lot of damage and it's AoE. And we just don't want that to happen. So the idea is we need to take out the 2 pods, and then we can kind of just auto battle the Guardian down. But there's also like a little special, cool little thing about this room itself. If you enter the menu with the normal menu button, like if you don't remap the menu button, and you go into the menu, it actually spawns an encounter, and it forces you to fight this. Like, it's a pretty tough encounter, and you can just keep refighting that encounter over and over and over.
Honestly, there's going to be a lot of scary encounters because, you know, it's a speed run, so even though it's an RPG, which normally is so much about leveling up, Jerika's only leveling up exactly as much as she needs to, which means that there's going to be so many fights in this run that we're barely strong enough for.
And don't worry about the yellow HP, we're fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, and while we don't do a specific, we don't have a specific manipulation for this because we start on the same seed every time and we've done the same battles every time. This is consistent, it just hasn't been optimized. We haven't found a good seed for it, but it is one that we can practice and we know what's coming.
Yeah, that was great. That was super clean.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
thanks.
And what is our reward? Spoiled food.
Yeah, everyone's starving in the future. It's a bad time. Why don't we cheer up with some donations?
Well, speaking of donations and rats from earlier, the Rat Fam fans have given $100 to PCF saying, "We're cheering you on, Jerikandra," or Marley or Yoshi. But in any case, you're killing it, and the rats are proud of you. Less than 3. We also have Izala donating $100 saying, "Whoa, who knew they made a whole game from that one phrase Link says in Chrono Cross?" Anyways, glad to see people running this series on the stage. Best of luck with the run, Jerikandra.
Thanks so much, y'all.
I know coming up we have a Robo name soon. Steven gives $5 to PCF saying, "Rename Robo? That's a no-no, bro."
I'm not saying people should definitely donate with robo puns, but it will make me unhappy, and I think that's a fun thing to do for charity.
So she's not saying to not do it either. Not saying to not.
Shoutouts to upsetting people.
No, just me specifically.
Shoutouts to puns, because I am an agent of chaos.
Yeah,
so.
we like puns.
I forgot that noise went on for so long.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, so we do have some lore here and some donations. So Kara, take it away.
So this is where we get like the really big reveal of what's actually going on in this game, because there's a question when we land here, what happened to the world, right? Everything was going so great. It turns out that in the year 1999, an entity that at this point in the game we don't know almost anything about, but an entity called Lavos burst forth from under the ground and rained destruction down upon the entire globe, annihilating almost all human life, mutating what remained, and essentially ending any kind of, you can see those are the domes that we have been walking through the ruins of. So this
Yo,
is
that
where
Sonic the Hedgehog?
It's a space hedgehog.
that's Sonic on a really bad day.
If it's a space hedgehog, that would make it Shadow.
It is arguably ambivalent towards both good and evil, kind of.
So Knuckles?
That's an echidna.
What? The point is, up to this point, if you don't know anything about this game, you could be forgiven for thinking like, okay, this is a pretty classic, sword and sorcery fantasy RPG. And this is where we find out what the game is actually about. And this is where the characters find out what the game is actually about. And I think it's really cool that it happens for them and us at the same time. So even though they're just, some folks and they don't know how they're going to do it, this is where they make a pact to save the world. No big deal. Just save the whole world and all of time.
Yeah, we don't even know what Lavos is or where it comes from. And we're just like, we just got to fix this. We don't want this future to happen.
And
Okay,
in this category, you'll never find out. So you should play the game.
So, all right, what's worse? Lavos or that buzzing noise from the computer?
It's neck and neck, man. I don't know.
So in this category, you won't find out. But if we reach the incentive for New Game Plus,
Yes.
then we can.
So a very big selling point of this game when it came out is that it boasts, I always get this number wrong, 16 endings?
13. On PC. PC has a bonus 13.
My favorite game.
Yeah, and SNES has, I think, 11.
I think it's 12.
Is it 12?
Yeah.
A bunch. It has a bunch of endings. A
It
really
has-
We've all
solid
played
number.
this game, I
We
promise.
love this game.
The true answer is yes.
And much in the same way that, like Tears of the Kingdom would do, or Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom would do much, much later, where if you want to, you can just go finish the game pretty much as soon as you start. You can get to the final fight of this game incredibly quickly. You'll die immediately. It'll be a bad time, but you can do it. But that's where New Game Plus comes in, where you start the game with your stats and levels from the previous run, and you can really play around with like where you choose to end the game in the story, choices that you make. It's very cool.
And we are $51,000 away from seeing that ending, which is honestly, personally, one of my favorites. So,
Chat, it's so good. I believe in you so much. 50K and a bit. You can do it.
We have the man.
It's the man.
Johnny 5.
My problematic fave.
And we're also going to get some hot jams here.
So this is essentially an auto-scroller until the very end. Oscar, do you have like a very quick donation?
Charbuddy has a fantastic $50 donation to PCF saying, Jerikandra has incredible gameplay and an incredible outfit. I'm loving this. Big smiley face. Put this towards Kara's Sanity Fund. And also the bonus star, which we have a second bonus star opened up. Dire Docs, Jetstream by Brad Harmer. So let's get that bonus star met.
So this is F-Zero, but if F-Zero was terrible, this is one of the greatest games of all time, and they decided to put a terrible version of F-Zero in the middle of it. Pretty much all you have to do is save one of your boosts till the very end, and you just boost at the right moment. You can definitely mess it up.
You could have really pumped me up there and said it was really hard.
I just pumped you up like a second ago, and I'm planning on doing it later.
Skillful, let's go.
I have messed that up multiple times on runs, so it's not it's not free.
It's the most free 45 seconds you'll ever lose.
yeah.
Ideally, we want to press the boost button when the thing says 20 at the top. That just pretty much guarantees that you'll boost over the finish line. We have a forced encounter here. And then, 30 years later, I find out that this next encounter, if you just walk through this staircase, it doesn't wake up the encounter. My face was on the floor when I found that out.
Walk as opposed to run?
Yeah, if you run, it wakes them up.
Shh, be quiet.
Shh. Okay.
All right, we're good.
All right, well, we
My
need
boyfriend.
Robo's name here.
Yeah, we're gonna need Robo's name. First, I'm gonna sing a song for you. And then right after that song, there'll be Robo's name.
A song from the future.
Not this song's sad.
Fake out.
I am very
Much like
sad.
Donatella, Bulma does machines. That's her thing.
Yep. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. All right, now we can take Robo's name.
That's right, GDQ. Nowhere is safe. You can be rickrolled even here.
That works way too well. That is all right. Agents of Chaos, rejoice! Robo's name is now Frog.
It's like both of my boyfriends at the same time. Robo is great. He's. We don't have like a ton of time to get into like the specifics of the characters, but all of the writing, all of the characters are super lovable. You should play this game. Have I mentioned that?
So, I mean, pretty much all of Robo's mechanics are we equip Berserker on him, and then he's just basically Donkey Kong from Bonanza.
Yeah, we picked up that Berserker ring in that room with the kleptomaniac rats.
So we only have one character left to get.
Yes.
I'm trying so hard to control myself.
And right now, Xena is currently beating wife for that last name.
Okay, all right.
Iceblue, do you have feelings about this?
I do. I have a lot of feelings. And chat, I need you to understand that this message, and I don't know if y'all can read it, but I need y'all to not vote Xena I need y'all to vote wife. Wife is number one.
For everyone who donated to PCF to vote for Xena, thank you so much, but we do need wife to win.
It's the couch's choice.
It's just, Ayla is just the best.
Do we have time for a donation right now?
Yeah, I think so.
We could do one year.
Of course.
Yeah.
Fish donates $25. Shout out to that sick Chrono Trigger blanket.
Oh, yeah, we didn't shout out the blanket.
That is a sick
Blanket?
blanket.
It's very warm.
We should probably have time for one more.
All right, $325 from Kiefer Skunk. My wife and I are here with our dog, Ayla, and our 17-year-old cat, Specchio. And we are having a blast watching this amazing run of the greatest game of all time. We absolutely have to see that new game plus run. You friends are too much. Again, we are just over $50,000 away. We need to get that exclamation point donate gdq.gg/donate. Let's get that incentive.
Did you say that the dog's name was Ayla?
Yes.
I need to meet this dog
And the cat is
and
Specchio.
pet them. No, I'm not worried about Specchio. I love Specchio, but I
No
need,
disrespect to Specchio.
No disrespect, but I need to meet Ayla.
Specchio.
Disrespect.
Sorry.
Specchio, I will give you all the pets.
Thought that stayed in here. And Chad, it may be that at this point you're thinking, $50,000 is a lot of money. Maybe we won't make it. But I will remind everyone that we've already raised $1.35 million and the week isn't even over. Like, not to be a broken record, but I think we can all agree here there is nothing that chat cannot do. And $50,000 for y'all, not a problem. I am not worried.
Oh, we just broke 50,000. We are now 49,722. We are inching closer, gamers.
And did you know that all numbers are just a bunch of ones put together? So we just took one off. If we just keep taking ones off, don't talk to me about decimals or fractions. I will riot.
And honestly, talking about endings earlier, gamers, I would love to hear your favorite Chrono Trigger ending because we all got opinions on here. So make sure when you donate, let us know what is your favorite ending. For me, it's totally New Game Plus with a little bit of Dino ending.
So we kind of didn't go over this in the beginning of the run, or like before the Dragon Tank. But Yoshi here is actually going to be changing the battle speed for certain bosses, specifically Dragon Tank and this one here. We put it on one of the slowest battle speeds, just because we want to get as many actions on our characters as possible, rather than getting the bosses to hit, because we're going to be, it's going to be a 2v1 or 2v6 against the R series, and we want to be able to take them out before they punch, Bort and Bulma to death.
This is genuinely one of the saddest saddest scenes in a video game.
My favorite thing is even though it's the PC version, this thing runs at 60 FPS, they still only dash in 20 FPS. Like, you could just see the frames there.
They're not your real friends, Frog.
Well, yeah, they're blue. They're not even a good color.
Okay. I don't know if the fact that they're blue is the problem. And I understand that, like, for the purposes of video, but the fact that Bort and Bulma just stand there during this is so upsetting to me.
Well,
do something.
I love that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you can try, but they punch you out of the way anytime you interfere. So we just kind of
that's
wait it
true.
out on the speed run.
I also do.
I'm too used to watching the speed run where we just stand by.
In the speedrun, they just assume he's got it.
I also really love that when the more that they hit Robo is just spinning in a circle, so they're just turning Robo into a top.
His name is Frog.
I'm sorry, Frog.
Please do not dead name my boyfriend. It's fine, we're all friends up here. I met both of these people yesterday. We're doing great.
It hasn't even been 24 hours and I'm getting bullied.
But it's like the good bully. There's no. All right. Do you have anything to say about this fight? Oh my God.
So yeah, we take the R series out because they, abused Frog. So it's just like a single input left or right, depending on if we're attacking the front row or the back row. And we want to take out the back row first here because they are the ones that get the next set of actions. So we take out the back row and then we take out the front row to just kind of speed things up.
There's so few pixels. How is it so sad?
You know, talking about Bort just kind of standing there. The second juror just apparently joined you in the future with a $50 donation that said, Bort is 100% guilty. My 6 identical siblings are deeply misguided and haven't studied the facts of the case.
I think juror number 2 is biased, but also very generous and supportive of charity.
It was
So
probably,
thank you.
it was probably the guy punching in the audience.
Now,
It's not how juries work.
I do have to reveal that I RNG manipulated you to be guilty. So thank you, though.
It's true. It was a scam.
Yeah, we lied to
Like
y'all.
justice, it was a scam. So now it's time to jump into the portal, but it turns out these portals can only take 3 people at a time. So by taking 4 people through this portal, which I find interesting because it proves that Robo is like a full sentient like person,
He has a
and that the
soul.
portals can know that. Yeah, the portals react to soul count, which I find fascinating. So the portal has malfunctioned, and it has spit us out here the end of time, which for the rest of the game serves as a hub of sorts, both for fast travel and various plot developments. Here's an old man. If you want to know who this old man is, play the game.
Play the game.
We love him. It is also here that you'll see in a moment, we are going to speak to the aforementioned Specchio, and we are going to learn how to use magic. These 3 characters can use magic. Robo can't use magic because he's a robot, although his attacks, I believe, at least some of them do the shadow type. Yeah, there are a couple characters that can't learn magic, but these characters each have their own specific element. So Bort will be learning lightning, Yoshi will be learning ice, and Bulma will be learning fire. I had to remember 6 things, and I did it.
It's also really, really funny if you bring Robo in here and you do this whole thing and you just get like this like Price is Right buzzer.
Loud, incorrect buzzer, yeah.
All right, we do want to get Frog Skip here.
Why are you skipping Kara's boyfriend?
It's fine.
Different frog, different frog. All right, we just want to say no there because that's an extra fight we don't want to take if we don't have to.
Yeah, in the full playthrough, in the full casual playthrough, there's a whole thing where you can challenge Specchio at various levels, and Specchio's appearance matches however strong you are, which is cool, but we don't need to do it. What we do need to do is trespass on these nice cottagecore goblins' house. They're having lovely pie / cake.
That's cake.
That's time lost cake.
How did we get here?
Came out of the closet.
I wish I'd gotten cake when I came out of the closet.
We also just kind of break into the mayor's house here and just
Steal.
steal some stuff.
You know, standard RPG.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Here's another old man. Who's this old man? Well, we do actually know some things about this old man now. His name is Melchior. He's a legendary blacksmith. And are we just like saying hi right now?
We buy a sword and some potions, and then do a quick menu. So we're ready for this first.
Right, because depending on how much of the game you're playing and how you're playing it, you can see Melchior a bunch of times. And as we enter this cave, do we have any donations or any updates?
Of course, for an update, we are now at just over $47,000 away from getting that New Game Plus incentive, so we are getting there.
Heck yeah.
Do not sit on that, because, again, Jerikandra is really good at this game, and that is going to go by really quickly.
Yeah, we're just about halfway through this run.
Yeah. And also, Glenn has, I wonder who that could be, donated $5 to PCF. Thou asketh for Ayla to be named wife. Thou hast strange taste, my love, but as your boyfriend, I shall continue to thy plight. And giving an update on that, right now, Xena is still in the lead, but wife is inching closer.
That's why I love him. He's
To
so
change
supportive.
the future of Ayla's name, go to gdq.gg/donate and put in your donation to both change Ayla's name and to get us that New Game Plus incentive.
Yeah, so we know you've heard it before, but because there's a milestone, every donation, if you assign it to a bid war or an incentive, you are also going towards the milestone. So it is maximum bang for buck.
And also, please put it towards wife. If not, I'm going to cry right on this stage.
And I'm sitting right next to them, and it's going to be real weird.
I'm crying this way.
Do we, directional projectile crying. Should we talk about Hecarim?
Whoa, watch your mouth.
Oh my God.
You can't say that up here.
Okay, they literally did that to me in practice and I forgot. And so it got me as if for the first time. Do
Okay.
we want to talk about Goshrin's fight?
So this fight is, we can only damage the, I don't even know what to call this boss.
Hecarim.
I'm saying it. I'm dropping it.
It's Friday night. Come on, it's the weekend.
We are fighting the Hecarim here. But yeah, so this boss can only be pretty much damaged by magic attacks, which is why we use Luca and Marley or Bulma and Yoshi. And basically, like how this fight works is the Hecarim goes into a counterattack every so often. So once you see 2 Cyclone attacks, Hecarim will go into a counterattack phase. We don't want to attack him then because he will counter with a very strong attack, and that puts us kind of like off of like what we were trying to do here. We want to keep all of our party members above, 90 to 100 HP, because that Cyclone attack does do a lot of damage. And when we go into, like, after the second counterattack phase, we're going to basically go into the kill phase. So if Hecarim kind of cyclones the same person twice, it kind of forces us to have to revive them and get them back on track.
Yeah, if you're familiar with Pokemon runs or just Pokemon playthroughs, you're very familiar with damage ranges. And a huge part of running this, RNG manipulated or not, is knowing the ranges of every attack, and Jerika's watching those health totals all the time.
Yeah, that was a very
Yeah.
good Hecarim fight. Yeah,
Thanks.
definitely.
I know we always say this, but like it's so much harder than it looks, and it really is. Like there's so many variables she's keeping track of.
Yeah, that fight, it can easily go from like a 2 or 3 round. You can add another round because every counterattack stance, you can't hit him anymore. So if you don't get all the attacks in one of those rounds, then you have to go another round. So
We're not bringing up all of the times that we skip encounters, but there were like 5 of them in that cave alone that she just carefully maneuvered around, and you can't even tell that it's happening.
So yeah, we had to wait for that text box to show up on Tabin before we can exit that room in order to get him to be downstairs. I don't know how he got down there. He may have jumped out the window, but he made it there.
Tabin.
that's Bulma's dad.
No, I was always the Taban.
Oh, really? I call him Tabin.
You should go fight Gato.
Gato?
Gato.
Kato. We are now hopping back into another time portal. This one taking us back to the end of time. Even though the first time we got to the end of time, because we took too many people,
Okay.
now just every portal will take us to the hub.
Chat, I need your help. We are very close to this closing off soon. I need...
couple minutes.
I need y'all to change the name to wife. Please. I'm sorry. I appreciate everybody that donated for Xena. Nice bird, Skip. I appreciate y'all for donating for Xena, but wife is just... we love Ayla.
Also, more than a couple minutes. I forgot what we were doing in the game. There's like a whole section.
Yeah, we just kind of forgot about Zombor.
So we're now back in... You have to understand, the lights up here are so hot. It's so overwhelming. Why are we back in 680?
Because... I don't know.
No, someone here has to... Chat, we need you to donate to let us know why we're in the year 680. What did we forget? Why did we have to come back here?
I know what we're going to do. I don't know why we know that we're going to do that.
4 speedrunners don't know the lore of the video game. Let's
Okay,
go.
3 speedrunners and me. Let's be fair.
I did it. I did the thing. All right, we can showcase this.
So this is another instance of if we don't get the final text box here, it doesn't actually advance the plot. So we find out that the brother, the chef here is also the brother of the soldier, the captain that's on the bridge. And this chef here is like, oh, well, I'm just such a mean person, blah, blah, blah. But then, comes upstairs and is like, here, give my brother some jerky.
He's got a heart of gold.
And we're actually coming up on the first time you'll actually see us do the setting the seed for a manip for Zombor. So we're going to set it up so that the Berserk Robo, when we get to Zombor, is going to do some big crits on the head, take that out very quickly to get the fight very, very fast. This was kind of an interesting one to find because we had to kind of do it manually. Jarek had seen in some runs the pattern that we were looking for, but at this point, we don't have a way to really...
Okay, I need to interrupt you real quick. So I'm going to have to close the game in this next sequence, and then we'll start it back up again with the manip.
Everything's fine. This is fine.
Chat, do not panic.
Everything is fine. Square Enix is here.
Yep, so now we've set the new seed, so we're good for the Zombor fight. When we were finding this, because it's 3 fights in, and it would be annoying to just do trial and error, but Jarek had seen the pattern we were looking for, and crits, at least, are very predictable, so it's very easy to know. If I start on this RNG seed, I will see this crits here, here, and here. So we were able to look at what crits Robo was doing and kind of go from 255 possibilities to like 6. And then we just went through those and were able to find this upcoming manipulation. And in these fights, if we just attack Ozzy 3 times, they end. You don't actually have to kill the skeletons.
It's the shortcut.
Very quick lore update. Back in 600 AD, the people of Guardia, the kingdom we live in, are at war with the monstrous magical forces of Ozzy and also Magus, but we don't know about them yet, I don't think. And a very cool thing that they did with this game, I always love to talk about how well balanced this game is and how it tutorializes you a lot of times without drawing attention to itself. And you may have noticed that right after we got magic, we immediately were thrust into a bunch of situations that we can only solve with magic. So the game very naturally incentivizes you to try out the new mechanics without saying, press X to use magic.
Also, to cut you off just real quick.
I was done.
Oh, okay. So it was very important there that we actually use mid potions to heal rather than using tech to heal. Because if we were to use Marley's heal, Yoshi's heal, it would have actually advanced the RNG and it would have messed up this fight.
I remember why we're here. When we went through the people's house, like they were all talking about how Magus, if he had succeeded in summoning Lavos or whatever,
Oh, yes.
in 600 AD.
So we're back here to learn more about Lavos.
Yes.
Yes.
We think it's Magus that is
So casually,
the source of Lavos.
So casually, this fight, this is actually one of like the game's like way of like kind of like making you like actually think about your battles here.
Yeah.
This fight, like if you destroy like the wrong side first, you can kind of get like destroyed really quickly. This boss has a pretty strong attack. If it's still like if it's there for like a long period of time, it will hit you with an attack that does about 100 or 120 damage.
That was great.
Thanks.
Yeah, for little kid Kara, this game was really my first introduction to bosses with specific components, you know, breakable parts, things like that. Like if you can't brute force your way through some pretty big parts of this game, and I love that.
We do a pretty big shopping trip there. That's going to kind of set us up for pretty much the rest of this run.
But as we're climbing these beautiful mountains, Asuka, how are we doing?
We're doing pretty good. We are, let's take a look, $43,000 away from getting that New Game Plus incentive or milestone at $1.4 million. And I had mentioned to find out what everyone's favorite endings are, and we do have a few answers here. $100 donated to PCF from Super Snack Bros that says, favorite ending? Easy, the standard one, no crash, Magus recruited. To Faraway Times gets to me every single time. We also have $25 from Ash and Toph, who say, my favorite Chrono Trigger ending is Chrono Cross. Or maybe it's my favorite alternate reality. I'm still not really sure.
That's a spicy one.
Yeah.
The crowd made so many noises.
We also have $10 from Hitaro, who says, Chrono Trigger is my absolute favorite game. And as far as favorite ending, I'll have to pick ending number 12, Memory Lane, where we finally get to see Bort, talk as Yoshi and Bulma discuss the stories so far.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually one of my favorites because they kind of like, they actually talk about all the guys in the game as they walk by, like in a runway style.
Yeah. Very small and cool thing that we just passed. These ogre-type enemies, they have wooden hammers. Well, the ones that have wooden hammers have wooden hammers. They don't all have wooden... The ones... if they have a wooden hammer, you have to use fire to light their hammer on fire, at which point they will throw it away. If you don't do that, all of your attacks are going to do basically no damage.
All right, so a cool thing about this room, if you've ever played this game casually, there is a 4-encounter gauntlet in that room. I hate to break it to you, but the encounter is literally a tiny square. And if you just walk up just a little bit and run left, you skip the entire 4 encounters.
We're going to see it again.
We get to see it again, yeah. It's like if you run up left in this screen, you will hit the encounter. But
These mountains are beautiful.
Mountains are nice.
Mountains are... All right. Oscar.
The mountains are nice.
Yes.
Do we have any other favorite endings?
Actually, I wanted to give a quick shout out to a few donations that a certain Iceblue has brought on. $10 from Shishimi, who just says in all caps, wife, 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 wife. $25 from Trace to PCF saying, I wanted to donate to name Luca wife, but after hearing Ice's impassioned pleas and tearful crying, I'm kicking it in for Ayla. Thanks to everyone at GDQ for making this an amazing week.
Awesome. All right, we're closing the game one more time to do a manip.
So this manip is pretty straightforward. We want the Berserk Robo to attack the right twin because we're going to put them both to sleep, and we want the left twin to stay asleep because it has some spicy attacks. So we'll only attack the right twin, even though we're berserked. And then when they combine, we just pack in as many crits as we can. There's something like 9 crits. It makes it pretty quick.
Yeah, so these are the twins, Masa and Mune, and then later we will fight the combined form, Masa Mune. And yeah, this fight in particular is helped so much by the manip. Unmanipulated, this fight can go so many ways, and a lot of them are really bad, and you can end up spending so much time in the fight just trying to play catch-up.
Casually, this was one of the hardest fights for me when I was a kid.
Yeah, this is a big skill wall for sure.
Yeah, like if they're not both asleep, they actually have depending on who you attack, their counter attack actually puts its first instance of Confuse on you, which, if you're familiar with how Confuse works in this game, puts a nice giant star above your character, and they just proceed to beat you up instead.
And hit yourself too, right? Can you hit yourself with Confuse in this?
I don't think so, no.
No, just the other characters.
Yeah.
Okay. It's my favorite game. In my defense, a lot of my most recent encounters with this game have been watching Jerika speedrun it. And a lot of this stuff doesn't come up because she's so good.
Crit City time.
So yeah, the manipulated fight for this is really, really awesome to watch because you just see constant critical hits. And when I first saw this, comparing it to the SNES run, because the SNES run, our strat is to use Fire Punch here. It's so impressive to just watch Robo just jump in and just deck for 300.
Yeah, it's very cathartic. But even still, even with those crits, Jerika's keeping an eye on health totals to make sure that no one falls below those crucial thresholds. How many hit points does this boss have?
This boss has 3,600.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't know. This bit of me challenging the hit point totals was more fun in my head. It just sounds like I'm bullying Iceblue.
Help me.
I'm just insecure about not knowing things about this game.
They put Kara next to me so she could bully me.
Speaking of bullying, $50 from Margie, saying, ready to feast on Iceblue's tears in the name of preventing cancer, Xena!
Boo. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do it.
Can't boo people for donating to charity. Thank you.
Thank you for your donations.
We appreciate you.
Keep the competition going.
Also, GDQ is not liable. I sat myself here. I am the problem. So now we have this beautiful sword.
Or do we?
I thought that happened faster.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh man,
Oh.
it's busted.
It's just a blade.
Okay, so coming up here, we're gonna go visit a friend. Are we gonna see the rare new encounter in the
No,
forest?
we're not.
Are we gonna be blessed?
You can't ask that in an RNG manipulated run.
It's not. This isn't. It's not a factor.
Is that true?
I think it is a factor. I think we'll see it on the way back. Not this time, but the next time.
Shh. Keep the bit going.
But see, clearly I can't remember anything about this game, so I don't know if it's a bit or not.
You're just here for the vibes.
Well, I've got a lore update for you.
Oh
on
my
that.
God, please.
We have a $50 lore update to PCF saying this commentary is hilarious. I wish I knew my favorite game this well.
Oh. No. Thank you for $50 to PCF. I need... All right, it's fine. Usually when I do commentary for Derek, I have like a stack of notes on my lap. And for
But you
some
have
reason,
this
this one,
memorized now.
I just decided, let's rock it.
See, you already know what you're doing already, so it's good.
Totally. Absolutely. Lore update. It turns out that our friend Goku has the other half of the Masamune, which is surprising and mysterious, and he won't tell us more about it. And we need to get it repaired, which means we are going to return to our friendly, well, I was going to say neighborhood, but he's literally 400 years away. Blacksmith, Melchior, who's going to try to repair it. However, and I'm jumping ahead a little bit, so we can talk about other things later. In order to repair it, he needs something called Dreamstone, and there's been no Dreamstone available for 65 million years.
And for
Big
some
shiny
reason,
red rock.
For some reason, the hilt says Melchior on it.
Oh,
Or
He's not
Roy
even.
Clem.
He can't even be born
yeah,
yet.
yeah, it's Roykman or something.
Roykman?
Roy Clem.
Royklin.
Is that Melchior backwards?
Yes.
Yes. Robo reads it backwards.
Oh,
Or
Maybe I just
Frog
never
reads
had-
it backwards.
oh. Okay. So, okay. I'm so confused anymore.
So nobody
yes.
has ever forgotten to go talk to Melchior here. Never.
Nope.
Never in
No.
my speed run.
Always remember, and you don't get the time lost cake either,
Why is it called Time Lost Cake?
because it takes like a couple seconds to eat it.
I mean, I would hope you would eat cake faster than a couple of seconds.
Oh, we should have had a donation
mean-
incentive to eat the Time Lost Cake. No, we should have brought cake on stage. It's fine. We'll get it next time.
Well,
I don't know if. Never mind.
It's fine. While we're talking to Melchior, Asuka, do you have anything good for us?
We're already done.
Oh, I do want to remind
Yeah,
people
but-
that we do have that second bonus star opened up, and if we reach $30,000, Brad Harmer will be doing the jet stream star in Dire Docks, or as I like to say, Dire Dachshund. And every dollar towards that will be putting us towards that new game plus incentive. But I was thinking, because again, I'm an agent of chaos, and y'all haven't maybe done math lately. So what I would love to see, in honor of traveling way back in the year 1995 for Chrono Trigger, I say we do an epic train. A 1995 epic train.
Okay.
And I say that train is going to be hitting the road, hitting the sky?
Hitting the tracks?
Hitting the tracks, hitting the bucket at
Asuka.
1 hour and 19 minutes.
Give me some good news. Do we have good news?
It's my girlfriend.
That's my wife.
It's my girlfriend.
That is my
She
wife.
can be both.
No.
Oh.
So again, in a little, about 9 minutes from now, we're going to be kicking off that $19.95 train to get that new game plus met. And oh, you want good news?
I do want good news. We need A-list name.
Is it time to release the
It
good
is.
news? Or is there a time to release
It's
the
time
bad
to release
news?
the hounds.
All right, the winner is Wife.
Oh my God.
It's all caps.
Oh
All
my God.
caps.
I'm going to be honest. I doubted. I was a doubter.
Thank y'all so much for voting for the best name.
This
but
is
also
a-
thank you for donating to PCF
I mean,
to get this name in here.
Awala Koala did donate $50 to PCF, saying, I said they would ban me if I didn't donate for Wife. Therefore, Wife.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
For legal reasons, that is a lie. But also, you're.
We can call
I'm-
them jokes.
While I'm unbanning you in my chat right now.
Wife is all aboard this train coming up in 9 minutes.
Also, yeah, I Oscar, speaking of math, if I'm right, if we get that bonus star incentive, we'll be, what, 12,000 away from the New Game Plus? Something like that?
We would be approximately, about 41 plus math is, we'd be getting there pretty close to that $1.4 million.
I'm just saying that's some really impressive value for your donations, and it's saving lives around the world. I just don't know how you can beat that. Anyway, we're in the year 65 million BC, and it's time to eat some soup.
But first we get to watch Frog dance. In place.
The dancing animations are so fun. Well, now I just want a mod that replaces those dancing sprites with just a GIF of you doing that. I would pay good money for that.
Okay, now soup drinking contest.
Soup.
Chat, donate with your favorite soup. With $19.95 in 7 minutes. So yes, we are now back in the far distant past where we have met Ayla, aka Wife, who is the chieftain of this prehistoric village. Spoilers, we will eventually find out that like all of these characters are related. Like the line, I mean not all of them, but like Yoshi and her ancestors, it turns out, are descended way back from Ayla.
Wife.
Stop
dead naming my wife.
Okay, dude. All right. Oh, all right. She could be wife Ayla. Just because you're married her doesn't mean she lost her identity.
I mean, a complete non sequitur. $5 from Dr. Eggman says, I miss my wife, Tails.
We all miss your wife. It's true. We just got to move on with our lives. This is Kino. Kino screwed up real bad.
Divorce.
Kino is in love with wife. Who can blame him? Kino does not like Bortata. We can blame him for that. And essentially screwed up and allowed our gate key to be stolen. The gate key is what lets us activate the time portals. So in order to get the gate key back, we have to go through this jungle maze, which is crawling with dinosaurs. Much like in 600 AD, when the humans are at war with the monsters, in 65 million BC, the humans are also at war with the reptars. No.
Reptite.
That's
Reptites.
That's
Reptites.
That's Rugrats.
I didn't have cable growing up. I never watched Rugrats. Why did I go to Reptar?
I do want to say that the movement in this specific area is really, really nice because it may just look like we're just running through this forest, but there is about, I think, 5 or 6 encounter triggers that we are just walking and running past here. And we're going to kind of like run above this to skip another one. So really, really nice how we can just kind of just run past every single encounter there.
Man, if I waited 60 seconds, it would have said Reptite Layer on the screen, and I would have looked so cool and knowledgeable.
Meanwhile, wife is over here is donating $25 to PCF saying, yummy frog for wife eat, have French.
We don't eat Kara's boyfriend.
No, it's okay. For wife, I'll allow it.
Okay, all right. Have a blast.
So Ayla is a physical powerhouse. If we were to take her to Specchio, similarly to Robo, she cannot learn magic, although Robo can't learn magic because he's a robot. And Ayla can't learn magic because she is from before magic entered the world, which is actually a very cool foreshadowing hint to another big twist, which we're not going to see in this run. And because it is an incredible twist, I am not even going to like hint at a spoiler of it. You should play the game. But it turns out that this is not just, a fun caveman jaunt. I mean, it is also that. But we gradually, through our trips back to 65 million BC, we learned so much about how the world got where it is and the problem of Lavos. This game is so well written.
We also have another RNG manipulation coming up here.
Yep.
The Nizbel manip.
So right here, I'm going to close the game again.
Well, I want to give everybody an update. We are $40,508 away from getting that new game plus incentive or donation milestone met to hit $1.4 million. And I can sweeten the pot because we just opened a new incentive that you can donate towards, and that is going to be a DLC showcase of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. And if we are able to raise $15,000, Pizza is going to show off some of the DLC tracks after the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds run. If you want to donate to that, remember, gdq.gg/donate. Put your donations towards those incentives, towards those bid wars. I see right now Miles is defeating Kilometers for that speedometer scale, and Julius is defeating Soma for category choice of Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, and every single one of those is going to be going towards that 1.4 milestone. And remember, in about 2.5 minutes, we are kicking off that $19.95 donation train to get that new game incentive met. So let's get that engine ready to go.
And if y'all want to see that any percent run for New Game Plus, you have probably about 30 minutes left to get those donations in to see that bonus run.
So what are we nipping in this Nizbel fight?
So
Critical hits.
Yeah, this fight is actually, this manip is one of the ones that's left over from when we were just blindly picking from the 4 billion seeds. An optimal nip there would have Ayla doing, our wife doing a lot more crits, but we get a lot of crits with Bort and Frog?
Yes.
Frog. So it's
Not
one
so
that's,
easy, is it?
No. So it's one that's good enough, but it is something that we can look into. We're going to look into optimizing that more after GDQ.
And if you've been paying attention to what we've been talking about with previous bosses, Nizbel, I mean, it went very quickly, but the Nizbel fight has a lot of the same elements. Elemental triggers, dinosaurs and reptiles are weak to lightning. However, Nizbel can store up lightning and release it in a devastating counterattack. So again, it's all about, whether it's in the speedrun or the casual run, it's all about knowing the triggers, knowing the move set, and planning accordingly.
He stores the lightning in his pecs.
Isn't that where you store lightning? That's where I store lightning. So now we have gotten the Dreamstone. We are returning to Melchior so he can reforge the Masamune, which is a sword with magical powers to elicit exposition and flashbacks. Because we're about to get a huge story section, which will mean that we are coming up on like a huge break for donations or info, whatever you got, because it's a lot of cutscenes stacked on top of each other.
We do have like a small little piece of tech here. So you're gonna see we're gonna be kind of walking into the NPC here, or shaking our head. That actually speeds up the animation of the NPC itself. So if we weren't to, like, if we didn't do that, Melchior would stand in front of that bookcase a little bit longer. But by moving into that NPC, it actually just speeds up whatever those NPCs are doing and makes this cutscene about 5 seconds faster.
I'm remembering you talking about this at practice and just saying, I didn't know there was a thing. And then I was watching the room like, why isn't mine going that fast?
Yeah, I had.
And you sounded so sad.
I had my PB up versus another person's PB, and I was like, how did their cutscene end 5 seconds faster than mine?
It turns out you're too good of a person and you never thought to use bad manners to save time.
Yeah, just don't push into
But
people.
that's what it takes. Speedrunning is about sacrifice.
Don't get in my bubble.
Okay, you're very much getting in Melchior's bubble.
Well, I'm going to get in that bubble and say that train has officially started off. We have $19.95 from Stub Thumper donating to PCF saying Frog approved, Lavos disapproved. And going back to those soup hot takes, cold takes sometimes, $19.95 from an anonymous soup consumer with all caps, Gazpacho.
That's a really good word to put in all caps. I don't know why. I will not be taking questions. It just feels good in my brain.
Meanwhile, to counter that, $0.5 PCF from Jesse. My favorite soup is Super Nintendo.
Oh.
Wow, we got one normal soup before we got to puns. The GDQ audience is not to be trusted.
Oh, I think it's fantastic. Wizard of Kitty donated $25 saying, I love tomato basil soup. See, we're back.
Yeah, clap for soup.
Yeah,
y'all.
clap for soup, seriously.
It's like I have no idea what time it is.
It's okay.
It's some time in a hotel in Pittsburgh. Let's clap for soup.
No!
Woo! Wait, did you know that was going to happen?
Yes, I told you.
You have to spoil the crowd.
I genuinely wanted to know.
It's
funny
RNG Minute.
Because New did donate $25 and said, mountains are nice. Please name wife. And quick update, we are at $38,848 away from that New Game Plus milestone from getting met. We are running out of time, gamers. We need to get that incentive met soon. And by soon, I mean now. gdq.gg/donate. Put your donations towards any one of the open bid wars, our incentives, our DLC showcase, our bonus star number 2 for the 70-star relay. We even have the speedometer scale and the category choice for Sword of the Sea and Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, respectively. We cannot wait any longer. We need to hit this now.
So funny little lore update here. The game just did not really care about Cyrus here. Cyrus gets very, very minimal like animation frames. You also never see his face. And we get another cutscene after where you see Cyrus on the bridge talking to, I guess we can call him Goku on the bridge. And he just literally just has 3 animation frames, and that's it.
Well, if we're talking about who got done dirty, I want a whole spin-off game about the Frog King. He's there and he's gone, and I love him so much. So this is where we find out that Frog used to be a man named Glenn, the squire of the noble knight Cyrus, who got straight up murked by Magus, and it's very sad. Glenn was deemed not even worthy of killing, and so instead was transformed into a frog. There's also this thing called the hero badge, which we didn't talk about, but there was a little side story about like a kid who was supposed to be the legendary hero because he found the hero badge, but he was just like a little twerp and he learned a lesson, ? I think twerp is an okay word.
Poor
to say.
Tata. Poor Tata.
I mean, he's fine. His family has really high expectations for him. He's got a lot of growing up to do. But it turns out the real hero is Goku. And no one asked me, but French onion. So I thought someone might say, Kara, what's your favorite soup? Onemus, what's your favorite soup?
I was afraid you were going to ask. I don't know.
You were right to be afraid.
I would probably go tomato.
Great. There's no wrong answer.
Well, speaking
There's
of
no
that,
wrong soup.
Double Cube has donated $50 to Prevent Cancer Foundation. Favorite soup? Cereal. But seriously, good ramen.
Okay, good. There was a but seriously, okay.
Well, thank you for asking me.
I was about to, but a cutscene's gonna happen.
Chicken tortilla.
Oh my gosh.
And we are just over $37,000 away from that New Game Plus. Keep that donation train moving,
Let's
gamers.
go.
And we're entering Magus's castle soon. And you know what
this
the
is-
name of the category is, Magus Percent. So
This is the last section of the game for truly, for reals, no lying, no fooling.
Yo, look at those really sick 3 animation frames.
Okay, I think it looks great. And I know that we have this whole disagreeable banter thing, which I started without asking you, and I am sorry about that. But genuinely, I think that looks really cool.
Sure.
Chat, donate to tell us if you think it looks cool.
They did Cyrus dirty in this game.
Look, my hair has way more frames than that, but it's never looked that cool.
They gave him 3 frames and then they lit him on fire.
3 frames is all he needed. That's how good he is.
The fire had more
3
animation
frames.
than he did.
Yeah, because he's already hotter than fire.
You know, speaking of fire, are there any other donations out there?
Speaking of soup, we have a $19.95 ticket to the train from Gamer Kev. Just wanted to add another donation to this super train ride. Choo choo, or would it be soup soup?
Nice.
Oh, now I'm imagining a really whimsical soup train.
We've also got $25 from Leandra. Latex, so proud of you, Jerikandra.
Yay, Leandra, thank you.
Are we watching cuts?
I don't know. We've kind of wasted a lot of time on the naming, I think. So
Okay.
I'm not sure looking at the timer. So I'm not going to chance it. The Magus one we might because it's closer to the end. But
This is so cool.
The PC version took out my favorite sound effect.
There was a lot of discourse about the various sound effects in the practice room. Yeah, fun, cool fact about the various versions of this game. I don't remember which version added the anime cutscenes.
The PS1.
The PS1 port added these extremely cool anime cutscenes for certain key moments, this being one of them. When I was a youth, in the very dawn of the internet, and no one knew anything, and we didn't even know if the White Stripes were married or brother or sister, and we couldn't look it up anywhere because no one knew anything. I found these videos and someone was like, oh, sick Chrono Trigger OVA. I'm like, they made a movie? They didn't. I thought I was seeing clips from a cool Chrono Trigger movie. I had seen everything already.
It was. PlayStation 1 games were movies.
and the cutscenes were the only good thing about that port.
Damn.
Another good, really good thing is a $1,000 donation from a mysterious Chrono Trigger fan. Thank you so much for that donation to PCF.
Thank you.
And we are just over $36,000 away. Keep that coming, gamers. We're running out of time.
Like, we've seen Chrono Trigger on the stage many times, many ways, but have you seen it done in 3 minutes?
Hey, that's lowering the bar a little bit.
Is it not 3 minutes?
It's 5 minutes.
Okay. But all numbers are just ones put together, so really, what's the difference? We're all just atoms.
Like, I know I said world record, but that's...
I mean, speaking of numbers, I got a lot of 1995s sitting here. So
Well, we got to
whenever you're
run
ready.
through some ghosts, so tell us about them.
yeah.
Done and done. $19.95 from Scrubbington. Let's get this new, and that's NU, Game Plus going. We also have $199.50 from Bosper. Whoops, I think I slipped a decimal there. Well, it's really early in the morning in Germany, and I'm tired. Well, when it can help kick cancer's butt, then gloves are off. Let's beat those Chrono Triggers. That broke the $35,000 mark. We are getting closer and closer. We also have $19.95 from Mr. Little 05. I vividly remember around 1995 when I was 8, a friend of mine was playing Chrono Trigger during the Guardian fight in the future. I remember being just fascinated with it, watching him play. Then I picked up the game myself as I got older and absolutely loved it. The rest is history. We also have Gio donating a $19.95 ticket to the train, saying, if we don't hit the milestone, we'll create a time paradox and have to restart GDQ from the beginning.
That's true.
I
That's
agree with that one.
canonically legally true. For legal purposes, that is not legally true. I got scared.
And with Prof Ness's $19.95 ticket, we are now at $35,737 away from getting New Game Plus. I can't stress this enough. Time is running out. So let's go to gdq.gg/donate. Put your donations towards those bid wars or incentives and the overall $1.4 million milestone. For instance, I'm looking at the second bonus star for the 70-star relay tomorrow. We are already at $8,000 of that $30,000 to get that met. And if we get that met again, Brad Harmer will be running the Jetstream Star in Dire Docks. So get those donations coming in, gamers.
Okay, and we are closing the game one more time to do a manip.
So this is going to be the next to last manip of the run tonight. We do this manip to just get a good pattern on Flea, and then we also do it to get a lot of crits on both slash fights. And you saw her do a heal before doing
Flea's
the
already
manip.
dead.
Oh, that's the manip.
That was the manip. Nice.
This is why I don't trust you with hit point totals. You're a charlatan.
The heals that were done before this fight and before the manip set it up. Flea has attacks that target someone based on whoever has like the lowest HP, I think. And if we don't heal there, it messes up the RNG essentially because she targets the wrong ones.
Goku is cosplaying as an Albinoric from Elden Ring.
Are you not going to ask me? Are you not going to ask me the HP here?
How many HP does Flea have?
Well, now I don't want to tell you.
Well, I don't want to know. Fun fact, the 3 bosses here in the English version are called Flea, Slash, and Ozzy, which, as you may know, are references to famous rock musicians. In the original Japanese, and I apologize, I actually didn't re-look this up for this particular run, but I believe they are named Mayonnaise, Ketchup, and a third thing. And I just think that's fun. Like, they're in both languages, they're very specific, like, trio puns, but completely different jokes.
It's 4120, by the way.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
And that's the fight.
Excuse me, I'm pretty sure Flea has 0 hit points now.
True. But yeah,
So before the next fight, she's going to do heals. And as we said earlier, that does move the RNG forward. And an interesting thing is if you are healing in the menu and someone is already topped off, it'll do like a little buzz sound, but it does still move the RNG forward even though no actual healing happens, which really confused us when we were doing practice because you just jam the button to get the heals done as fast as possible, and then the RNG was different because you were hitting it a different number of times each time.
Imagine speedrunning and finding out that a miss menu just messes up your RNG manipulations.
Can we give it up for Onemus, who has so much like actual information? Iceblue also has actual information, but I've been distracting them with nonsense. Like, Onemus is the reason that any of you are getting any knowledge out of this. Like, this is very good commentary.
I appreciate all my commentators.
Well, you're the runner, you have to say that.
Also, we're getting close to $33,000 away to that New Game incentive. New Game Plus incentive, excuse me.
Those thousands are ticking down, but so are the number of minutes left in this run, chat. Y'all have been doing, honestly, amazing work. Like, that's thousands and thousands of dollars for charity in a matter of minutes. All you gotta do is keep it up. You're doing great.
Oh, and this slash manip, all we're really doing is trying to make sure Frog, the Berserk Goku, gets as many crits as possible, because he's going to do the most damage.
So yeah, this fight's actually in 2 phases here. You have Slash Unarmed, as they call him, and then Slash Sword. Both of them that have their own separate health values. And then once you deplete Slash 1, you see we got hit with that fire AoE attack. And then the phase 2 starts, and it just basically refreshes his HP.
Yeah, it's very fun. I feel like a lot of times in gaming, the term gimmick boss is like a pejorative. But the 3 bosses before Magus are essentially all gimmick bosses, but I think the gimmicks are really good and like engaging. I think this fight is so cool. I think while we're killing Slash, we've got time for a donation.
A rather relevant one. $25 from that one high-pitched violin saying, I hope you enjoyed my solo in Magus's Castle. And actually, a really quick one. Another $10,000 donation from the Yeti.
I did look up at the number. I was like, didn't that say 6 before?
Number went up. Hey, all Yeti here. We just hit $100,000 raised for the Prevent Cancer Foundation from your orders of the official AGDQ 2026 collection. That is incredible. Thank you all for showing so much generosity and love. The collection is still live at theyeti.com, and that puts us at $22,959 from New Game Plus. We can do this, gamers. Get your donations in right now. Let's see that New Game Plus incentive.
And there is a Chrono Trigger shirt, just saying.
There is a Chrono Trigger shirt.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling $22,000 is totally achievable. There was a voice in my head screaming not to make that joke. And that voice was right, but I didn't listen.
You let the intrusive thoughts in again.
I can't help it. A cool, just small detail. I'm just going to keep throwing in things I love about this game. We saw it earlier that that little sparkly thing, which up to this point has been a save point, was earlier actually both an enemy and a cutscene trigger, and then here a warp point. This game just, I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm gonna do it anyway. This game did so much to play with and expand the vocabulary of classic JRPGs. And it does it over and over. Again, there's so much more of this game we're not gonna be seeing tonight. And there are so many, there's the original if you have a Super Nintendo, there's the PC port, there's the PS1 port, there's a mobile port. This game is accessible. And if any of this is even remotely interesting to you, I promise that playing it yourself is going to be 100 times more so.
Or if you have interest, any kind of interest in looking at the back end of everything and like labbing like strats and RNG manipulation and values and things like that, come join the community. Come help us like search for like new strats.
Yeah, again, it's an actively developing field of speedrunning.
So now we're playing Donkey Kong for the arcade.
Yeah, this is technically the Donkey Kong block of GDQ. One woo for Donkey Kong. Hell, heck yeah.
Well, I'm jumping in to say I like the idea for the 22 because I am upping the ante because I want to see that New Game Plus donation milestone met. So let's get things rolling. Let's stick with 22. It's a good, nice number. I want to see a $22 wife train.
Oh my God.
In honor of our beloved wife, or our Yoshi train. Let's hear it for these awesome Chrono Trigger characters, but I kind of like that wife train. We're already down to $21,799, but that $22 wife train is starting right now. We are not waiting for a time in the future. The present is now. gdq.gg/donate. Let's see that number keep going up. And just
thank you for raising the ante, much like one might do in a game of blackjack, or as I call it, $21,000 remaining. I'm gonna do one for every. I'm not. I might.
While we were in the middle of that, you may have seen our runner going kind of walking in a weird way through that previous room. That room is riddled with trap holes, and just one wrong pixel movement, and you will fall down to the floor below, and you have to fight an encounter, and then you also have to pick a corner or pick a side to see which one is the real exit out of there. So the way that we move to get out of that room is very precise-ish, to where we skip all those holes in the floor.
Also, that second Donkey Kong room is one of the hardest movement rooms in the game.
It's also the most impressive movement. You can skip every single encounter in that room, and it's very, very, very precise.
And I said before that I would gas up Jerika at least once more before the end of this run. Unlike some other genres, so many of the incredibly precise movement strats that she's doing, you can't even see. There's so many invisible pieces of tech happening. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it.
what's not invisible is that number keeps going up. We are at 1.379 out of that 1.4. We are $20,907 away. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all making a lie out of me. I love it. $20,621. Let's keep that number going.
I know
you
wife
can
is,
do it.
I know wife is not available up there as a donation option, but keep donating towards wife. She really appreciates it.
I mean, you can always put just wife as the message.
Exactly.
So speaking of that, Joe Splunker has donated a $22 ticket with the comment, "Let's go, wife, choo choo." And the wife train has taken off.
Now, I might not have $20,000 remaining questions for you, but I have one question for you. What's the deal with this fight?
What about it?
I don't know. I really wanted to shoehorn the 20 questions thing in, but we didn't practice talking about this fight.
There's not even a fight.
You just have to, that's Ozzy in the ice. Sorry, I made myself sad with the 20 questions joke. That's Ozzy in the ice. You have to not attack Ozzy. You have to attack the crank chains?
crankshafts, pulleys.
There's got to be a word for those.
I think the word is wife.
Don't hit my wife.
Well, AJ did donate a $22 donation train ticket to the wife train because she's sitting right next to me.
Okay,
I love
chat,
that.
we have one final battle here. This is the Magus fight coming up, so you have very little time to get those donations in.
Numbers starting to go up faster and faster. $19,000, 773 away from getting that New Game Plus. We can't do it, gamers. Keep it coming for PCF.
I've seen a lot of miracles happen on this stage. $19,000 in one boss fight. We can do it.
All right, so we're gonna close the game one last time and set up the Magus Manip. Do y'all want to talk about the Magus? Actually, let's watch this cut.
This is one of my favorite cutscenes in all of gaming.
This manip is also like really, really impressive on how it works.
Goku.
There's just so much gorgeous man emanating from that.
I don't disagree. I may or may not have downloaded the soundtrack to this fight from a sketchy GeoCities page in 1997, and I may or may not have played it on loop for like 6 hours a day.
Many of viruses were downloaded from Livewire and Kaza.
It was this and a bunch of dot waves of Simpsons quotes recorded poorly. No, I learned my lesson.
So for this last manip, the big goal we have is to get, so every time you attack Magus, he will counterattack with a random element. We want him to counterattack with fire as much as possible, because we have Bort and Bulma can do the fire sword, which does a ton of damage because he becomes vulnerable to whichever element he does. And this is actually another one where you can go too fast and mess up the manipulation. So you have to be very careful. Do the inputs all at the same time. And there's at one point she will pause, or she will stop for just a second to let a few more ATB ticks go before doing a attack. Because if you don't, there's like hidden RNG rolls that Magus does that you don't even see. And one of those will turn it from a fire into a lightning or something.
We also want to make sure that we are using that fire sword attack after Frog hits Magus with a Masamune here, because it does actually drop Magus's magic defense to 0.
Because it's the Masamune.
Yeah.
That's
So I think
iconic.
that was the little wait we have to do to make sure that we get another fire after this.
Just over $18,000 away, gamers.
Chat, I know you can do it.
It's time to make it happen. Casually, this is absolutely one of the hardest fights in the game.
All right, so as we enter phase 2 here, Magus is going to drop all his defenses and risk casting his strongest spell, which is Dark Matter. That will basically kind of do about 260 damage, 280 damage to everyone. And just kind of like, just absolutely destroy your team here, which is why we put that barrier on Chrono, so Chrono will survive that attack.
$16,000 away.
Chat, I have absolute faith in you. We can make this incentive.
Do it for wife.
Do it for wife.
I have a lot of wife to talk about.
I'm okay.
If you'd like focus time, I can let you focus. Otherwise, I got wife.
Oh no, bring it on.
All right, wife time. $22 from Brad Harmer. Here's $22 from my wife, my #1 supporter as I play any number of N64 games that involve moving a character through rings. We have $22 to PCF from an anonymous wife saying she's got a ticket to wife. Good song,
Oh.
good song.
Time is going to be called very soon. That's time.
And time.
GG.
Amazing. That was such a clean run.
Okay. Awesome. Well, that was Magus Percent. There is many more manips for the 100% run as well. So yeah, I actually want to shout out some people that are really awesome. First off, for Chrono Trigger, the Chrono Trigger team, Chrono Trigger speedrunning community, especially B-Dude and Dine and Red Slush, who are all influencing me when I first started speedrunning. Chrono Trigger was my favorite game, my first speedrun ever. Now I run 10 different games. And so yeah, so shout out to them for always being supportive and like helping me learn the run and you know, helping me create new categories like this for RNG Manip. Also, special thanks to Qui-Gon Jen and Ono, who are in the audience, who drove all the way out here from Ohio to support me. Really appreciate you. Also to my community, the Clandra, the Jerikandra Clandra. Thanks so much for supporting me. It's not a cult. And also, obviously, my couch, my commentators are awesome. All the staff, GDQ, all of y'all for being here and donating, like doing such an awesome job. Thank you so much. And oh yeah, I'll say some more stuff, but I want my commentators to also do some shout outs.
Shout out to the CT community. It's a great community. Come join it. Come help us map out all of these RNG values, and we can make this run go much farther than it is now. This run is in its infancy. Also, shout out to the Toodle Pip crew, who's been bugging me about when I'm going to be at GDQ ever since I started speedrunning about 5 years ago. So now you can stop bothering me about it. It's great to be here. It's been fun.
I don't speedrun this game, but I have a show at twitch.tv at OhHeyItsKara. I'm OhHeyItsKara everywhere it matters. But mostly I just want to say that Chrono Trigger is literally why Jarek and I are friends. About a year and a half ago, I got paired up with her to do commentary on a Chrono Trigger run for the Frame Fatales. I don't know if we have any Fatales in the house.
Yeah, Fatale.
We didn't know each other at all before then, and now she, against all odds, keeps letting me do commentary for her runs. And you're a fantastic friend and an amazing runner, and I love learning these runs for and with you, and it's great to be here.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm Iceblue. I do run 100% glitchless on the SNES of this game, but I do want to kind of echo the shout-outs that Jerica said about B-Dude. B-Dude was there when I was first learning this game, and he basically was like coaching me through my run that I was doing, my very first run. And he was like, you got to do this, and this does this, and it was just a lot of help. He's been a good friend for like the last 5 years. I met him when I started running Link's Awakening on the Switch, and we became friends through there, and just kind of stayed friends throughout that whole process.
Video games bring people together.
Exactly. All right. Well, and then I just wanted to say, echo everybody else. If you want to learn, if you love Chrono Trigger, I know a lot of people love Chrono Trigger. If you want to learn to speedrun Chrono Trigger, it's not that difficult, and there's great guides and great people and a great community. And try on the PC. I know a lot of people don't like the PC version, but come join the PC version with me. And then come find me on Twitch as well, Jerikandra, and we'll hang out and do speedruns of all kinds of games.
Let's give it up for Jerikandra again. Woo.
All right, and I think that's where we'll call it. Thanks so much, y'all.